Good morning, Sarah Thrifting for the Nest. Thanks so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel today. If this is your first time to my channel, I am a online reseller on eBay and also on Poshmark, more so on eBay than on Poshmark. I have been a reseller for about 7 years. I buy most of my items from the Goodwill Outlet, so I pay by the pound for most of my items, and then I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and I sell them for a profit. So I used to work in a corporate environment. When I had my second kiddo, I decided to quit my job when he was born so that I could stay home with them. And about a year later, this opportunity came about thanks to my good friends, Greg and Michelle. You may know them also as the Bin Pickers. If you don't, go check out their channel. They are awesome. They were my neighbors at one time. I miss them very much, but they helped me quite a bit, learning that this was an option for me. So I started in hopes to make a part-time income and quickly realized that I could actually replace my full-time corporate income doing what I was doing at that point, which was a customer service representative for a label manufacturing facility. So now here I am 7 years later, still selling on the platform and enjoying it quite a bit. So I have a haul video for you today. I did go to the Goodwill Outlet yesterday. I pay by the pound, so about $1.30 a pound for all my items. And it's always an adventure. Yesterday was quite an adventure. If you follow me over on Instagram, you may have seen the fun that was had yesterday. It's like you just never know what you're gonna get when you're there. And that's part of why I like doing it. I feel like you have the same thing when you're at a normal thrift store looking at clothes on racks, but really you don't have any idea what you could come across when you're in the bins. So it's a little bit of a thrill of the hunt for me. I have been I have been a thrifter my whole life, so this is part of my story, which I actually find fascinating. I don't think I ever really made the connection until pretty recently. So my grandfather had a thrift store, like a brick and mortar thrift store. I remember some of my memories when I was like a little girl were going to his thrift store, and he was a junker. So he would go to garage sales and buy stuff to fill up his thrift store. Probably, I don't know, I should probably talk to him about it, but he probably went out and bought out storage units and those things because he just had a ton of stuff in this little thrift store. And my favorite thing was going to visit him in a little town of Marcola, Oregon, and he would let me pick out toys. And that was always fun because I could go to my grandpa's thrift store and pick out toys. So apparently this is just in my blood. So I have all these memories of my childhood going garage sailing with my mom and my grandfather. You know, I probably thought it was super annoying to be in the car all day. I actually do. So it's funny because I always think about it from my kids' perspective. Like, do they like garage sailing? Do they not? Because I do go to some garage sales. Really, I live in Oregon, so our garage sale season is short. It's really just in the summertime. My kids, they always get like an allowance to spend at garage sales to make it fun for them. And it was the same way for me when I was a kid. So reselling is just in my blood, and I love what I do. So I'm happy to be able to do this. I get to be a stay-at-home mom. My kids are 8 and 10. I have got 2 boys, and so I had the intention always of quitting my job. Sorry, of not quitting my job, of getting another job when my kids got into school. And instead I got to stay home still and make more money. Because every time that I even thought about going back into the workplace, I thought, I can't. I make more money doing this, and then I have the flexibility. You can't buy that. So anyway, without further ado, I have a haul from the Goodwill Outlet yesterday. So let's get to it. So yesterday, I would have considered yesterday to be like not a good day at the bins. I mean, that's the thing. You have really good days at the bins, and then you have not so good days at the bins. And yesterday was not a good day at the bins, except the last couple rotations, I got some decent stuff. So I still walked out of there with 40 pounds, 39 pounds, and it had stuff to fill up my store. So I'm pretty happy about it, all things considered. So I kind of was making jokes on Instagram that it was a lame day. And then I got home and I was like, well, actually the stuff's pretty good. So sometimes, you know, when you're going so quickly through stuff and you're sorting, you're like, I don't know, is this good? Is this not good? I don't even know what I bought half the time. I get home and my husband's like, what'd you get? Any good stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. It's in bags. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have brought it home if it wasn't decent, if I didn't think I could sell it. So I feel like I can never quite accurately explain well what I do. But here I am on YouTube making videos and sharing it with the world, so I can explain to you what I do. So anyway, we'll get started. All right, this is just a Columbia jacket. I find quite a bit of Columbia. It does need a good wash, some stain treating. There's some stains on it, but I am very familiar with what I can get out and what I can't get out. For the most part, I still make some bad buys, but it's always worth trying. It's just a basic men's jacket. So I do pick up bras. I always say that in my videos. They're always worth buying. They have to be almost in perfect condition. This is a Bob Mackie blouse. You know, this brand is hit and miss, and it really depends on style and size. Their plus size does really well for me, but this is the brand. At the bins, it's always worth picking up, and this was like less than £1, so absolutely worth picking up. It'll probably, I would say it's going to sell for about 20 bucks. I love picking up this brand. It's Tory Richard. Am I upside down? No. It's Tory Richard. It's a Hawaiian dress. And this is a more modern style. Their vintage Tory Richard does super well. So if you ever find it, even if it has stains or snags in it, they do a lot of like polyester Hawaiian dresses. And even like their men's vintage Hawaiian shirts are really good. But this is a really cute dress. It's a good Hawaiian dress. And I think is it silk? Yep, it's 100% silk, so you can't go wrong with that. But there's Tory Richard. And again, that's like a newer, and by newer I mean like not vintage, not a vintage label. I picked these up. They are Free People. Forgive my blurry camera. There's really nothing that I can do about it until it just decides to fix itself. So maybe someday I'll get a little more tech savvy and get a better camera. These are We the Free pants. They're a size 24, which isn't a great size. So they have many, their labels look different all the way across the board. See, now I'm clear. They're a size 24, not a great size. They're a really small size, so they might take a little while to sell. But I'm not going to pass up Free People. It says We the Free, but it's a Free People line. Not going to pass up Free People at the bins. They're corduroy, and corduroy's not really in fashion as much anymore either. But you know, as I always say, you don't tell the bins what you're going to find. The bins are going to tell you what you're going to take home, because you just, it's literally just, you pick an item and you're like, will this sell? How much will this sell for? And that's what I make all my decisions on. You never go in the bin and you're like, I'm only going to look for women's pants. I mean, you could, but you're just not going to be as successful if you don't keep your mind open about what you could possibly find and what you could take home. So this is a cabbie blouse. It's the newer style cabbie, and by newer style I mean like within the last 5 years, I think. This is the tag. This tag style does a lot better than a lot of others, so keep an eye out for this. It is an extra small. Not a great size. There's just not as many people that fit into that size category, but it weighs literally nothing, so it was a good find for that. This is an REI jacket. I find a lot of good outdoor gear. I think this also needs a little bit of stain treating, but I will pick up these jackets all day long. It's actually a really lightweight jacket. REI is just good bread and butter. Don't know if I'm going to get that in clear, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm surprised how much of this brand I've been finding lately. I don't know how new they are. I have not done my research, but it's this Lulu's brand, and it's new with tags, which is always good. And this stuff's been selling really well for me. So it's a newer to me brand that I've had really good success with lately. And it's a cute little white dress. It's a sleeveless, like lace back, size large. So the stuff I've been finding has also been new with tags. I don't know if this is like a catalog. I should do a little bit of research on this brand. But it's really cute, and I've been selling their dresses, like new with tags dresses, I've been selling for like $40. So I was very happy with that find. So when I need to get to weight, like when I feel like it's not a good day at the bins, there's certain brands that I will pick up just to fill in space that I know I'll sell for something, but it's not necessarily like the best thing ever. Does that make sense? So sometimes I just need to fill space, and Ann Taylor Loft is one of those brands. This brand can sell quickly, or it can sit forever. So I am pickier about the style. So if it's an older, like a lot of their blazers, unless they're super like newer style, they don't sell well for me. Pants, I'm really picky on. But this will sell for at least $10 up to $20. So it's a cute, like sheer back blouse. Okay, I don't pick up a lot of hard goods, but this is like, I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So anything that reminds me of my childhood, and this is one of my favorite movies. I have really good memories watching this movie with my dad when I was a little girl. So he's really fuzzy. He needs a lint roller taken to him. It's the original tag though. This is a Sears. I did a little bit of research at the bins, so I don't know if you can get that in. So obviously you can tell just by the tag style. You can see there's a Goodwill tag. Just kidding. You're not going to see it because of my blurry camera. But it was a Sears special edition plush that came out in 1986 from the movie American Tail. And he's in great condition. There's nothing wrong with him. He just needs a lint roller taken to him. So I will, I checked comps. Comps are kind of all over the place. Some were selling for 15 bucks plus shipping, and some were selling for 40 bucks plus shipping. So I'm not sure. And some weren't selling at all. But between my nostalgia, he weighs about a pound, and just the fact that I like to mix things up sometimes, I decided to pick him up because he's adorable. I posted these on my Instagram page. These won't sell. I don't know, maybe they will, but not for much. They're literally nothing. But if anybody needs Ryan Gosling pants, leggings, hit me up, because hey girl, I like your leggings. I crack myself up, you guys. I love this. This is why I love to thrift, because I'm not going to find this stuff at Target. Maybe I would. I don't know. The brand is nothing. Clashist? I don't know, but somebody out there needs a pair of Ryan Gosling pants. I love my job. Okay. Eddie Bauer, just basic shorts. It's not short season, but they're women's. You know, I go back and forth whether or not men's shorts I'll sell year round because men wear shorts year round. Women typically don't. So I do have a small pile of stuff that I'm saving for the spring. I may just throw those in there. I may not. I don't know. I don't have, I used to list only seasonally, but that is a bummer because I really don't have the storage space just to put a bunch of stuff for long-term storage. So I prefer to just get it listed and sell it, even though those shorts might sell for less now than they would in, say, June. I'm okay with that. This is one of my favorite brands. It doesn't sell well and it doesn't sell for much, but I will pick this up just for the fact that I love it. And if it's my size, it goes in my closet. It's Lou & Grey. It's an Ann Taylor brand. I love this brand. Their stuff is so cozy. They have the softest shirts. So I pick it up no matter what. I'm not going to say it's a Bolo brand at all. By Bolo, I mean be on the lookout. I just love it, and I won't leave it behind because I love it so much. And, I mean, it's pricier. And I always think, well, maybe if I get my act together and drop a few sizes, I'll fit into all the Lou & Grey that I pick up. Okay, this is a Chico's blouse. I will pick up Chico's no matter what, unless it's the Chico's design brand, like I said before. Chico's, there's your tag that you're looking for. The size, they have vanity sizing, so if you're not familiar with this brand, you'll want to just look at a size chart online. This is a size 3, which equates to an extra large. So it's the size 3s do the best for me, and size 4s. If you ever find them, I don't find very many size 4s, but size 2 and 3 in Chico's sells the best for me, which equates to a large and an extra large. And this weighs nothing, so I love picking up those lighter weight pieces. This is a Lane Bryant skirt, just a nice basic ruched. This is called ruched on the side when the fabric is gathered. A ruched stretch skirt, size 24. Plus sizes always do really well for me, and Lane Bryant is a good bread and butter brand for me. I'm particular about this brand. I won't pick up all of this. I think Bobo is I could be totally butchering how to say it, but it's a vest, like a long shrug vest, and it's a 3X, so I will always pick up this brand, and plus it's a Nordstrom brand, but you can also find it at Ross, so it's not like a super high demand. It probably won't sell for much more than $12 to $15, but it's got some pilling. It definitely looks like it's been pre-owned, but it is in good condition, and because it's plus size, I will pick it up. It used to be that any of this style, kind of the shrug wraps of this brand, no matter what size, were actually really popular for a season a couple of years ago. It's just not so much anymore, but I'll still pick up the plus size stuff. And I'll pick up their dresses too. This was like I don't know. I didn't know if I should pick this up or not, but I just did because I needed weight, or at one point in my search, I really needed weight. So I don't know. I probably should have put this back. We'll see if it sells. It's a vest. It's a women's Chico size 1 vest. So I picked it up. This is a North Face jacket, and it's worn, but it's a good style. It's a lighter weight stretch jacket, and by worn I mean like the North Face logo is totally peeled, but this is one of the brands that I'm a little less picky about. It just because like people are searching for North Face products on eBay, so I know that it'll get the views that I need to get it sold in a shorter amount of time. There's no other flaws in it that I can see. You can just tell it's been worn and washed quite a few times. But if you price it right, it'll go quickly. I always pick up plus size swim pieces. These are swim shorts by Lane Bryant or Cacique. Cacique has a swim line, apparently. I actually don't think I've ever seen this tag, but Cacique is Lane Bryant's intimate line. So like they're, I don't know if you're going to get that zoomed in. Nope, you're not. Kind of, sort of. So Cacique is their intimates line, so their bras and intimates are that line. So I'll pick up Cacique bras because they're plus size and they're good quality and they're in high demand. And I've never seen the swim line before, so that was a given for me. And this is just a Nike like tennis skirt, like ruffle tennis skirt. It's an older style for sure, but it'll still sell well. I picked this up purely based on style and not because of the tag. It's H&M. It's the Conscious collection, which does a little bit better than their standard. I don't typically pick up H&M unless I love it. So this was the Conscious collection, and I love it. So it was kind of a, those are the two things I took into consideration. It's stylish. It has these tassel strings on them, which I think are super cute. It does need some treating. You can tell like the tag is super dingy, so I'm going to get that cleaned up for sure and before I get it listed. But I love it. I love the pattern and I love the style. These are super cute. I think this is Zara's new tag because I'm starting to see this a little bit more, and I don't think up until this point I've seen this. So this is Zara, which is a good bread and butter brand, but they have these cute polka dot pants with buttons on them. I like them. I think they're really cute, so picked them up. Still picking up soft surroundings, especially at the bins. It's a size extra small, which this brand doesn't do super well in extra small, but it's a turtleneck, so it's perfect for the season. I'll show you the tag. The tag is kind of twisted. There we go. See if I can get it in. Can you see that, maybe? I feel like every time I zoom in, it gets blurry. So I don't know if it's worth showing you, but I'm going to just, I feel like that's one of the ways. So when I first started my business, I only sold athletic brands. It's just, it's an abundance at my Goodwill Outlet. So I started my business in 2012 and it just in abundance. And that's a lot of what Greg and Michelle were buying. So because I was learning from them, I just was like, well, that's what's selling. And it wasn't until a couple years later when I had a major downcline in my business. I don't think that's a word. Decline. I'm like, that's not a word. A decline in my business that I had to change. So I feel like every couple of years, eBay keeps me on my toes by making my sales tank, the market tanks, and then all of a sudden I have to relearn how to resell again. That has been my experience, I swear, every 2 years since I started in 2012. I'm doing it again right now, just because if you know my story, I took a little bit of a break. I didn't stop reselling, but I kind of went on autopilot for a couple of years while I took care of my body and took care of my mind and my health. And so I feel like you just have to kind of relearn the industry again, like every time. So what was I saying? I feel like I trailed. Oh, so what I'm getting at is I started watching YouTube videos about 4 years ago of certain resellers, and I would sit and just watch because these were brands I was not picking up. I remember I used to watch pickers pick like dresses and jackets and skirts, and I was like, do those things even sell on eBay? Because I only did auctions and that stuff never ever ended well. And so I kind of relearned how to do this and started learning women's brands, and a lot of it was by close-ups on the camera from other resellers that I was watching. So I picked this up. I actually haven't done the research on it yet. The tag was cut out, so it just says slim on the top, but I was like, this feels like Madewell J. Crew. And so then I looked at the tag. I should do the research on this before I say anything specifically. But the tag is, do you know Madewell and J. Crew are the same? They're the same company. So I was looking at the tag and saw the style number, and I was like, oh, I'll be able to figure that out quickly because it's either Madewell or J. Crew. watch me be totally wrong and have given this information, but I can tell from that tag. So, so I picked it up because I can just say as much. These are Lou and Gray, so I had to pick them up. They're just leggings, nothing too fancy, just a good basic piece. And I always pick up Lou and Gray. Here's another soft surroundings piece. It's like a tank top, but it's cute and it's layered and it's got like this open back layering on it. It's a medium. Soft surroundings, larger size always do really, really well for me when I can find them. I pick up J. Jill all the time. There are J. Jill loyalists out there shopping on eBay for their favorite things. These are just like a legging pant. I almost thought they were like pajama pants because of the waistband. It's like that ruffled waistband, but it says on them that they're in the Wherever collection and they're a slim ankle. So these were worth picking up for sure. I always pick up Nike Golf brand. These are a capri flat front women's pants. So good basics here. So I never ever used to pick up Express, but there's been a couple pieces recently that I've picked up just to make weight, and they've sold pretty well. I would say Express in the pieces that I've been picking up have been selling better than some of my Free People, and I always pick up Free People. So this is where I have to kind of start to shift my thinking, where Express used to be on my, no, I never buy that because why would I? It's a fast fashion. People don't wear Express anymore, to like, well, obviously people are still wearing Express. And I've even seen some things on Instagram where people are like, oh, I'm an Express loyalist. Like I will always buy Express. So apparently I was missing the boat on Express for a while. I sold a dress for $16 plus shipping, which, I mean, that's about my average price point if we're being honest. So of course it's not selling for $50 to $60, but as far as just having like bread and butter quick sales, that's all I'm after right now. So most of you would be familiar with the Express tag, and they're just a cute pant. So I thought between style, I probably won't pick up everything that's Express, but I really like the style in it. I love this brand. If you are a seasoned reseller, you probably love it too, but if you're a new reseller, you may not be so familiar with it. It's Chalet. This brand is like, their main gig is like a log and look, which is still pretty popular. Log and look is like a layered. If you Google it, you'll kind of get an idea of the style, but anything that's that layered look, drapey, linen can be inclusive in that. This is not linen, but it's like a stretch. I wouldn't even call this log and look, honestly, but they specialize, like that brand specializes in it. So I won't use log and look as a keyword in here because it's not. But that brand is good to pick up and can go for as little as $15, but it can go as much as $50 if it's like a really cute drapey dress. So be on the lookout for that for sure. I bought a Gap dress for myself because I liked it. And I don't get health insurance or benefits from this job because I'm self-employed, but I do get all my clothes and my family's clothes from the bins for the most part. So this is a Nike Golf piece. I don't know if it's women's or men's. I can't actually tell. I can't tell. I'll have to do a little bit of, I can usually tell once I get it on my form. But there's your Nike Golf tag. And then just so you know, you can always look up, not always, but a lot of times Nike tags will have the style number on this tiny little tag. Oh, there we go. So that 640401 dash number, that's the style number. So if you Google that in real quick, if it pulls up a style, you can find stock photos for Poshmark that way. Don't use stock photos for eBay, but you can find stock photos that way, and you can also find out the style name and then determine if it's men's or women's, because sometimes with athletic stuff specifically, especially these jackets, it can be kind of hard to determine. So I'll always throw that in. Don't spend a lot of time researching that stuff, though, because you can kill a lot of time when your time is just much better spent just figuring out good keywords and determining it on your own. So if I don't find it in the first, like, 5 results, I don't even spend any time doing more research, unless it's, like, a really fancy piece that I need to find out more information on. This is a Free People blouse, just a cute sheer pattern blouse. I've come to know right away when I get my hands on Free People in the bins. So I knew this just kind of grazed my hand as I was sweeping through, and I knew what it was and grabbed it. There's always a market for cute Disney stuff. People are going to Disneyland. They don't want to buy stuff at the parks, or they're just Disney fans in general. So this is just a Disney hoodie from Disney parks. So it's a good buy. Again, bread and butter type stuff. This isn't going to sell for $50 or anything, but it's a good basic piece. For those Disney lovers out there, okay, these are just some Mountain Hardwear women's pants, good hiking pants. They're capri. So again, not really in style right now, but these, I won't hang on to these for summer. I'll put them up now. People are vacationing. They need summer clothes. It's always a good thing to put up like now. These are tactical pants, so I will pick up tactical pants as a rule. So any kind of tactical hiking pants, I will pick up. This is 511. They're not anything, like this brand is nothing fancy. This is not like Cool brand, Kuhl, or even like Columbia or any other higher end ex officio brand. But these are just good bread and butter. They do have a stain on the back that I need to treat, but I will pick those up. There's always a market for them. This is Theory. Theory is really hit and miss for me, but because I get so many good hits, like when it's good, did you see that? Sorry, I feel like it went really blurry. There's Theory. When it's good, it's really good. This is just I don't even know what the material is on this. Let me take a look. It's a wool polyester blend. So it's pretty fuzzy. I'm going to need to do some lint rolling on it, for sure. Anyway, I sold a pair of Theory pants last week for $70, but I have sold Theory dresses for $14 that have sat forever before I took that price. So I haven't quite figured out Theory and how to make Theory work for me, but I'm not going to leave it when it's at the bins. All right, these are another pair of Mountain Hardwear pants, just a like quick dry athletic hiking pants. If you're unfamiliar with Mountain Hardwear, there's your brand tag. I was joking with another reseller yesterday, and I was like, well, you know, when I pick up Dress Barn, it's a bad day at the bins. It didn't end up being that bad. I'm looking through the stuff. I'm like, no, I'm pretty excited about this haul, actually, but it felt bad. It felt bad in the moment. Like, I'm not finding anything today, but I think it's just because the first hour was drudgery. And in the first hour, I put this Dress Barn sweater in. It's new with tags, so I could justify it. It's also cute and in style. It's a cold shoulder sweater, and I mean, it's plus size. So all those things, I say go for it. I'm still picking up LuLaRoe, apparently. I passed on some Randy shirts yesterday, but this is a Carly dress, and the dresses are still selling for something, and it just depends. It just depends. It's a large LuLaRoe. I would never buy this like full price at a Goodwill regular store. It's cute. I mean, honestly, I still wear my LuLaRoe dresses. So I don't recommend going out and spending lots of money on them. I used to pay up for LuLaRoe, and now it's no, won't do that. I don't even know what this is. Sometimes you throw things in your cart and you're like, well, it's cute. And it is. It's like a really cute floral dress, like a mini dress. Be really cute with some leggings, tassels and lace. Did not even look this up. I just liked it, and I was desperate. So I put it in my cart. So we'll see how that sells. Chico's coming in for the win again. This beaded top. Super cute. This style of Chico's should sell pretty well. It's a size 2. There's your Chico's tag. All the beads in place. It's really cute. It's a cute style of Chico's for sure. So I anticipate that won't take long to sell. And then here's another Chico's. It's a jacket. I find a lot of Chico's, so you know, I'd be remiss to not pick it up. The jackets are a little more stylized. Might take the right buyer to come along and pick it up, but it should still be a good buy. Another size 2 on that. I will pick up jean jackets when they're in good condition and when they're a decent brand. So this is BP. It's the junior section of Nordstrom Brass Plum. It's just a cute basic piece, so I decided to pick it up. I'm not sure I would have picked it up if it wasn't. This was one of the like first sort items I had put in my cart when things weren't looking so good. So I'm not sure if I would have picked it up, like if I had found it at the end. You know, you get a little more desperate in the first hour when you're not finding a lot of stuff. I love this stuff. This cultural wear is so beautiful. It's beaded. I actually have sold this brand before. I'm picky on a lot of it. If it's not branded and doesn't have a size in it, I won't pick it up. But I looked this up, and it's hit and miss, but I just thought it was so pretty, and I love the beading on the front. I could not pass it up, so I will pick that up. Obviously, I did pick that up, and I will again. This is a Columbia, like, athletic skirt. There's your Columbia tag you're looking for. Omni Shield, water repellent. Some more Nike Golf. Men's pants. Nothing too fancy to show there. Mizuno's hit and miss, but I really like the style of this piece. It's like a lighter weight running jacket that's vented in the back. So because of the style, it's in almost perfect condition. It is a women's extra small, so, you know, one check mark against it, but I felt like it was worth picking up in the first bit. I'll show you the tag on that because some of you might not be picking it up. So I have to use some discernment and wisdom. I don't know. Did it blur up again? I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know. There we go. I have to use some discernment and wisdom when I pick up that brand, whether or not it's a good style, good enough style to be picking up. These are basic Under Armour pants. They're just kind of like a stretch capri. Nothing too fancy here, but it's good bread and butter, quick turn pieces. I will pick up all Lucky brand in good condition. There is a line of their hoodies and sweatpants that sell really, really well no matter what condition they're in. So this isn't that. If you find their like Asian print, like oftentimes the Asian cats with the paws, like anything like that, or their geisha print pieces, they sell really, really well regardless of the condition. So I'll pick those up if there's holes and stains. And I think it was like, if I remember correctly, there was like a Big Bang Theory episode where one of the characters was wearing them, and then kind of from there they got really popular. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was like the origination of why that line specifically got really popular. But this is just a clover print. I thought it was cute, a good basic hoodie, and it's in good condition. So, oh, it is kids though. So maybe it's not that exciting because honestly, I'm not sure I would have picked it up if I realized it was kids. I thought it was women's. But, you know, I'll still list it because I grabbed it. This is a good basic women's, it's Eddie Bauer, but it's like the nylon quick dry stuff, so good for like outdoor activities. It's also a women's extra large plaid shirt. Again, pick that one up in my early hour of desperation. This is a Lucy athletic piece. You know, these single items, these separates don't sell super well for me anymore. So sometimes I will just lot a bunch of basic athletic gear together if there's nothing super fancy or desirable about them, like by themselves. So I'll lot this stuff together and sell an athletic lot. I'm not sure if that's what I'll do specifically with that one, but decided to pick it up anyways. It doesn't weigh anything. So, okay. This is a Lucky brand men's piece. I looked this up, actually. I threw it back, and then I looked it up after I threw it back, and then decided to grab it. So it's this Triumph line. It's super pilled, and it feels like maybe it shrunk a little bit, so I'm going to have to make sure I disclose all of that in the listing and then price it accordingly. It's world's fastest Triumph. But when I looked up Lucky brand men's Triumph, the comps were pretty good, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. All right, picked up a few pairs of jeans, I think. Yeah, a couple pairs of jeans. So these are silver jeans. Silver jeans do really well for me in general. They're just a quick turn. They're skinny jeans, so they should do pretty well because of the style. I did pick up a Madewell sweater, for sure Madewell, because it has the tag in it. It is an extra small, which is kind of a bummer, but it's has a few fuzzies on it, but it's cute. So there's Madewell. Madewell is always a good basic brand. And you know, some of the stuff sells like for really high dollars. Some of it's not as much, but that's okay. All right, picked up this Lane Bryant blazer. It's a size 16 blazer, so good Good plus size career wear. Always a good bread and butter pick. This weighed probably a little over a pound, so paid a little, probably $2 for it. These are just basic camo Adidas workout pants. They weigh hardly anything, so they're definitely worth buying. And then I'm down to my last item that I picked up yesterday at the bins. They're Joe's jeans. They're a good Joe's skinny jeans. I'm pretty picky about the style of Joe's that I pick up. They have to be skinny jeans or just a current style. I won't pick up their bootcut jeans. They just sit for me. So, and I'll show you the tag on that. So, okay, that's it, guys. So, you know, I'm going through this haul, and I feel like hindsight's always 20/20. In the moment, I felt like it was not a good day at the bins. And I totally made jokes about it on Instagram, how bad of a day it was at the bins, which, I mean, you got to have fun with it, right? I'm trying to figure out, like, how to balance my Instagram content with actually, like, working and picking up stuff. But it's fun. It's fun to a lot of people are like, I don't have a bins near me. This is wild. And it is. And I think I take it for granted because I do. I live 5 minutes away from my nearest Goodwill outlet. And so, and it's really my main way of sourcing for my business. You got to get creative if that's not your gig. If you don't like to shop at the bins, maybe the bins near your house is not awesome. I've been to a really bad Goodwill outlet before where I'm like, why would you even spend any time here? So I don't know. I don't know what makes them so unique. Obviously, just whatever, wherever they're getting their inventory. But there's good days at the Goodwill outlet, and there's bad days, and then there's the in-between days, and there's days that you just barely make it by the skin of your teeth. So either way, that's just what makes my business run. So I'm all for it. That's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for just tuning in and being here, and for all the support that I've gotten coming back to YouTube. It's been really, really fun reconnecting with a lot of you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. If you want to follow me over on Instagram, you can find me over there at Thrifting for the Nest. And you can find me on eBay at The Seagull Nest is the name of my store. And Poshmark is just Seagull Nest, S-I-E-G-E-L. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Have an awesome day, and I'll check in with you next time.